That dude with the sunglasses is here, and welcome to the second episode of the Kickabout podcast, now available on SoundCloud. I'm here today once again with my friend Josh. Say hello, Josh.
Hello.
And we have a lot of things to talk about today, honestly. This might be a pretty long episode, to be honest.
Get some popcorn, you know.
Yeah. We'll be covering all of the Premier League fixtures that went on during the weekday. We've also got to talk about transfer deadline day and all the transfers. We still got to talk about FA Cup games last week. And also we're going to be doing Premier League previews for this weekend coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, firstly, let's start on Tottenham versus Man United, okay?
Alright, yeah, that seems like a pretty decent place to start.
Yeah,
I was at the stadium, so you know.
Yeah, as you were there, you can describe it first. You can say.
Well, I
something.
mean, it was a really good match. Like Man United just didn't do anything. Must have left the bus up in Manchester or something.
They were awful. You probably should have won about like 4 or 5-0.
I know how Kane didn't get a goal in that match. I would never know.
I know that's unusual for him. He just like blasted it over, but
just couldn't score.
Yeah, I thought that.
I thought it was August with Kane not being able to score.
Yeah, I think the thing that was funny was I said that to you yesterday or whatever, but the thing with Phil Jones and the
Own goal.
Yeah, the own goal, and then before them having the thing like, oh, we haven't conceded all year, and then it's got him turning around with the with his fingers or whatever, like no, yeah. How well did that go in the end?
Own goal and pretty much conceded, made it so that we scored that goal at the start.
He's a dog, to be honest. Like he's another one of those defenders that. Like Gareth Southgate keep picking, and he's absolutely terrible. Honestly, he's literally. I think the thing he's actually best at is like kissing poles, because that's literally all he does all the time. And making
that's
weird
not
faces.
After the own goal.
Yeah, he's literally just kissing the pole. And,
that was hilarious.
Yeah, honestly. We also got to talk about that goal as well. 11-second goal. You know what though? Some people were actually criticising Spurs because of the goal. I don't know why, because they said that, it was lumping the ball and that's not how Spurs play. I don't know why people actually said that, like, legit. It's not even I'm telling you, it's not even Arsenal fans as well. I think it was Adrian Durham on TalkSport. Yeah,
I know it's the Arsenal fans because I would know.
Yeah.
I would know if it was Arsenal fans. I'd see them on Twitter all the time.
Yeah, but honestly, I think it was Adrian Durham on TalkSport. And, you know, to be fair, the goal shouldn't have in theory counted, but it was so good in the end, just the finish, and it was decent, to be honest.
I still have no idea how they didn't manage to defend that.
Yeah, it didn't, was it Dele Alli or Kane who took a shot first?
I think it was Dele Alli, then it got blocked or something.
Bounced back, and then Eriksen scored. Yeah.
Lovely finish, though, from Eriksen.
Mourinho as well, just how Mourinho plays and how they conceded after... like that little amount of time. Yeah,
I know.
That's ridiculous, honestly. Sanchez didn't make an impact either. Lol.
Did you see his dive when it looked like Dele Alli actually touched him? But he didn't.
He was diving the entire game, like legit.
Do you see that challenge that Dele Alli put when he was in midair?
Oh yeah.
It wasn't even.
Yeah, that was stupid, but you know, it was quite funny.
No, if you look back at a couple of recordings, it doesn't even look like he touched him. Just looks like it was
he did though.
Classic dive.
He did those.
Classic Sanchez dive.
Oh, Sanchez as well. He didn't do anything in that day either.
But it was fun booing him pretty much every single time.
Yeah, basically, because he did score against you in November.
I know. It was really fun, actually.
Yeah, just booing him the entire, especially when you're winning as well.
Yeah.
Does that mean Arsenal are a better team than Man United now? Because we beat you 2-0 and Man United couldn't do it. Although, to be fair... No, actually, yeah. We're a better side than Man United. Yeah,
you are.
Because Man United, okay, beat you only 1-0 at home. We beat you 2-0 at home. Automatically the better side.
And it was lucky that they even managed to score in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, Harry Kane team and thing. I'm only joking, though. Man United are better than us. They're overrated, though. I think that's something we've got to talk about. But first, You know Mourinho. You probably wouldn't have seen it in the stadium, but
No,
at 43 minutes, he was already walking down the tunnel.
Was
at
he?
43 minutes.
No, I think I saw Mourinho. Yeah, no, because we ended up not being able to see Mourinho.
Yeah.
I think we kind of thought that he'd just gone walkabouts, you know.
Yeah,
He got a bit triggered.
Yeah, and he was like, that's like 4 minutes or 5 minutes of them just all being on his own and not having any support of his team or anything. Just shows. I think Mourinho's overrated. But anyway, let's talk about Man United as well, just quickly, before we go on to Arsenal and Swansea and all of that.
Yeah.
Man United. Did you think Man United would win the league? Because honestly, I thought Man City would.
I didn't even know who was going to win the league. It's so unpredictable.
You probably would have said Tottenham, honestly.
I really wouldn't. I thought we were going to make another challenge for the league, but I never think we're going to win the league.
Nah. Do you know what though? Man United though, they've got like the only reason they are anywhere near they are is because of De Gea.
Anywhere near they are.
Sorry, near the position they're in. Yeah, they would be sixth at least. We would be above them if they didn't have De Gea. He's literally ridiculous, honestly. Just the amount of saves he makes, he just saves them all the time. Lol. And he's got like Chris Smalling and Phil Jones playing against Tottenham. Like, come on.
That's just stupid.
Yeah. You know what though? I thought Man United would probably make a challenge.
I thought Man United would win the game yesterday. When I thought they'd sit back for the entirety of the match and then just get one lucky counter attack.
You know what though? I had more faith in Tottenham than you did though. I said that I'd say Tottenham would either win 3-2 or draw 1-1.
No, I knew with Mourinho it was either going to be a draw, or they were going to win after parking the bus for like 87 minutes. They go on one attack and then Sanchez just scores. That's what I thought would happen.
Yeah, it didn't in the end though.
No, it didn't, which is actually amazing.
You can't exactly park the bus when you've gone 1-0 down after 11 seconds.
I told you this either this morning or yesterday. We hadn't even got to sit down in our chairs.
Yeah,
we sat down in our chairs and then we just were back up again.
Yeah, straight away.
Celebrating.
Yeah. Do you know what though? Now we've talked a bit about that game.
Let's go on to the embarrassment that was the Arsenal match.
Yep. You know what? I'm gonna take this, okay? What it was 3 days ago, and I'm still so pissed off about it. It was such a shit performance. Yeah.
No, 3 days ago you were gassed about being able to get Aubameyang.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Aubameyang has painted the cracks. Honestly, they had to announce it straight away because that was awful. Again, I do not fucking understand at all why we are so crap away. Yeah, we play so well at home. Aubameyang, he's probably going to come off the bench and score a fucking hat-trick, tomorrow. and then we'll go back and then we'll probably lose to Huddersfield like 5-0 last day of the season, knowing us. And we've beaten them 5-0. It's just, our away record is so bad.
And it's getting into February now as well, so you know.
It's going to be even worse. Do you know though? We'll beat you still anyway. We'll beat you out a second home.
No, now you've said that, it's gonna be like a 1-1 draw or something.
It's better than a loss though, honestly.
With an Aubameyang scoring and then Lucas coming off the bench and scoring.
Banter. Who's Lucas gonna come off the bench for?
I don't know. Son, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely Son.
No, but honestly though, like it was awful. The defending was awful. I'm telling you, if you'd actually watched the game, the goal that ended up winning it, Monreal, he can attack at the moment, but he can't defend. Yeah, he can score, but he cannot defend. Yeah, literally, for some reason, he let Swansea get forward, put on the pressure, let it go out. Then he threw it backwards. Then Mustafi, for some reason, gets it to Cech. It was an awful mistake, but he was kind of in a bad situation there. And they got straight to him, and we just didn't create enough, honestly. And it's our problem away. We just can't score. Lacazette at the moment, he's just... I don't know. I'm not sure if it's lack of confidence or lack of ability in the league now. I'm not even sure.
Definitely lack of confidence from not being played for the first part of the season.
Yeah, getting subbed off all the time, not playing in big matches. Thing is, before, he was scoring in all the big matches as well. He scored against Man City, scored against United, he got an assist against you lot as well. So he did pretty well. And he got the joint fastest goal in Premier League history as well.
What was that?
He got not joint fastest goal. Sorry, no, it's not that. It's joint fastest goal at the start of the season. So it was the fastest goal. It was like 90 seconds. That's the fastest goal at the start of the season. So he scored after 90 seconds against Leicester. We know how that ended up in the end.
I actually completely forgot. What did that end up actually being?
We won 4-3 right at the end, but we were...
I remember I was watching that match,
Yeah, we conceded 5 minutes afterwards. We went 2-1 down. Welbeck tried his best not to score, but he did. And then we won.
He tried his best not to score?
Yeah, he tries not to score all the time. Like, I don't know why. He just doesn't want to score. Like, he tried his best.
That seems like it makes complete sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Trying not to score when you're a Premier League footballer.
Yeah, exactly. That's just Welbeck.
I mean, it doesn't matter whether he scores or not. He's still getting paid. He's still getting paid more than we'll probably ever earn in our lifetime combined.
Yeah, in a week. Well, maybe he'd earn more than 210 grand, but yeah, in a couple of weeks, he probably earns more than we'll ever earn, ever.
He earns more than the year than we'll earn in our lifetime, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All footballers do, really, unless we become footballers.
I'm not going to become a footballer, honestly.
Neither am I, let's be honest.
Yeah, I might want to be now that I actually like football, but, you know, Kevin De Bruyne, Salah, Kane, they're just proof that I can't be a footballer. Unless I was a centre-back, I suppose I could improve my centre-back
I'm a decent defender. If I joined the team, I could easily get much better.
I reckon I'd be a decent either non-league defender or a goalkeeper, but the only problem with goalkeeper, I just can't be bothered to roll down, to jump on the floor to save stuff. I can catch stuff really well in the air, but like not on the floor. When it rolls,
I just can't be bothered to dive.
Yeah, exactly. Neither can I. Yeah, but
especially not at school.
Yeah. Anyway, back onto the game though. We scored. We undeservedly scored, and then And then straight after, 45 seconds after, we concede again. And it was just awful from Koscielny and Xhaka. Xhaka, I'm telling you, Xhaka is the worst player in our squad. El Neni is better than Xhaka.
You sure you want to go that far?
Yes, I do. He's awful, Xhaka. It needs to be Ramsey and Wilshere, and then, I don't know where you put Mkhitaryan in that as well.
I don't know, just somewhere on the left. I guess.
I think honestly, Arsenal could probably play like a 4-3-3 and have Özil as centre attacking midfielder, Wilshere and Ramsey, and then up front have Mkhitaryan, Lacazette and Aubameyang. Honestly, that'd be pretty decent. But still, our defence is shocking. Honestly, that's not going to stop. And then they scored a third goal, and that was it. And that's our 7th league loss already this season.
7th already?
Yep, we haven't even got into the part where we bottled it last season.
February?
Yeah, we lost. By this stage last season, I think we'd lost 3 games. We didn't.
But we've lost more games this season than we did in the entirety of last season.
Yeah.
That's how bad it's been.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with not having Alderweireld.
Yeah, definitely. He's been a brick in our defence. He's easily been the best player in our defence.
Yeah, definitely. He's a good defender, honestly. Honestly, I think that
he's from Belgium. What do you expect?
I think that we, as Arsenal, because this is the transfer thing as well. Now we've got attacking players. We've got Özil on a new contract as well, which I'll talk about later. Because we've got that. Yeah, we've got all our attacking players on long-term contracts. Just forget about attack, and then Arsenal should just get or whoever, if Arsenal gets sacked at the end of the season or resigns, get two.
You can only ever
a
get
new
sacked.
a new goalkeeper, 2 centre backs and a centre defensive midfielder. Apparently today, the Barcelona director of football's coming to Arsenal, and apparently he wants us to get who I said like last week as well, or whenever we did the podcast, or Black.
Last week, definitely.
Apparently we're interested in getting him in the summer, which would be completely
Yang
fine.
or Black? What, Yang or Black?
Yeah, because Czech, honestly, Czech is losing it. I never thought I'd say that I'd rather have Ospina in goal at the moment than Czech, because Czech is just making so many mistakes. You can't save a penalty either. At least Ospina's been consistent in the games he has played.
Czech was a waste of money, let's be honest.
He was good. He was really good in our first season. I think he got like joint Golden Glove. But in the second season he was alright as well. But this season he's been awful. He's been terrible this season. It's obviously just he's getting older and that's it.
No, it's the Arsenal way. After a few seasons, they just go to rubbish. They just turn terrible.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm saying Aubameyang in that two FIFA's time is gonna be like 84 rated.
What have you just shared with me now?
Look.
Alright, I'll have a look. Football tweets. Let's have a look. Alexis Sanchez's career backwards is incredible. He went from dabbing with... Alright. I think I've seen something like this, yeah. He went from dabbing with Jesse Lingard to linking up with Mesut Ozil to finally playing with the greatest all-time Leo Messi. Yeah, I've seen something like that before. Yeah, literally his career was...
Lionel Messi.
His career has literally just gone backwards.
I know.
His career, he was doing so well at Barcelona, then he came to Arsenal, and now he's like... That would actually be a really good story, though. If he went from just being humble and all of that, and then just breaking his way up, but it didn't happen because he was too money grabbing, and he'd rather join a shit club that gives him £500,000 a week than go to play at Barcelona or whatever. But or anywhere else, PSG, Bayern Munich, any of those. But no. And also he rejected playing for the team that's going to win the league, on to maybe win the quadruple. Yeah, and he decided to go to a club that's basically not going to win any of that. Let's be honest. Let's be very honest.
Very true.
I think now that's probably enough of the Arsenal-Swansea game, to be honest. We've barely talked about it in that 10 minutes either. So, let's go on. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Let's go on to all the other results of the weekend. All right. So,
midweek, you mean not weekend?
Yeah, sorry, midweek. Yeah. West Ham 1, Crystal Palace 1.
Yeah, Crystal Palace seem to have really gotten much better since they got rid of.
Yeah. Apparently,
who did they actually have before?
Sorry, what did they?
Who was their manager before Hodgson?
Allardyce. Oh no, actually no. It was for the first couple of games of the season. It was De Boer. Then he got sacked after 4 games.
Yeah.
And then before that, it was Allardyce.
Oh, what? So he just had like a caretaker manager for a while.
Basically, I think Roy Hodgson will probably, if he doesn't retire, he'll probably stay at Crystal Palace. He could even get him in if he does as well as he does this year, and also has done so far this year, and also gets a couple more couple more signings. Yeah, I reckon they could maybe even challenge for Europa League. To be honest, but we won't be in the Europa League next year because we'll win it. We'll win it this year. Even though we haven't got Aubameyang, but oh well. Yeah, because we won't be able to play Aubameyang. I've just remembered that.
Wait, you still can't play Aubameyang?
No. That was what I said last week about how he could be drawn against Borussia Dortmund, and then he could mess it up. He could mess them up. I don't know. But Mkhitaryan can play. Mkhitaryan's getting the number 77 shirt in the Europa League.
Yeah, I know, because he can't have number 7.
Yeah, he can't have number 7. Loads of our players who were in the Europa League have left. Like, I saw this picture of Debuchy, Coquelin, Giroud, and Walcott, and just a picture of them in December, all of them hugging each other, and they've all left since then. It just shows like it's good though. It's good because they're all just, apart from Giroud, they're all just waste men, obviously. But yeah, West Ham, they got a penalty, so that's how they got back into it. Apparently, Crystal Palace weren't actually that good, but you know, I thought it was gonna smash them, honestly, Crystal Palace. But yeah, anyway, next game is Huddersfield 0, Liverpool 3.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah. Did you see Khan's goal?
No, I didn't.
He literally just whacked it from like the halfway line and it went in. He literally just whacked it right down the floor and it was actually really good. And then also Firmino and Salah scored. Salah scored a penalty or whatever. Yeah, who wasn't expecting that? Huddersfield had a really good start to the season, didn't they? And now they've just they've gone down. They haven't won for ages now, I don't think. In fact, let me have a look at that form guide. Huddersfield have lost their last 4 games.
Lost 4?
Yeah, they've lost 4. And before that, they'd drawn twice with Burnley and Stoke. Which kind of shows where I reckon Huddersfield are getting relegated. I didn't think they were at the start of the season, but
now you think they are?
I reckon they're the only ones going down, though. I reckon Newcastle will barely survive. I reckon Brighton will survive. They're still getting some okay results.
I think West Brom might actually go down, you know?
Yeah, West Brom are going down, I reckon. I reckon Swansea will just go down. I reckon it will be last day of the season, though.
What, does Swansea actually go down?
Yeah, I want them to go down, because literally all they do every year is do absolutely terribly, and then they just have a decent second half of the season, and it's so annoying. It's like Sunderland. They're just a waste of space, honestly. So it quite annoys me a lot because I just want to actually see a team that, you know, can actually do something. I don't know, instead of just seeing the same teams every year, just doing the exact same thing. I don't know. And then alright, on to Wednesday's games. Southampton drew 1-1 with Brighton.
Yeah.
Southampton aren't doing very good at all at the moment. Southampton for relegation even. Like, they bloody sacked Puel, and now they've done. And he got them to a cup final and 8th place, and now what? They're doing terribly. They're 19th. That's ridiculous. He's gonna get sacked, that guy, soon.
Who is? Oh yeah, Pellegrino.
Yeah, Pellegrino. Lol, the same names. But yeah, what were you gonna say?
I actually completely forgot what I was going to say.
Okay.
Thanks.
Newcastle played Burnley.
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle missed a penalty as well. It just shows Newcastle's team. I think some people are actually criticising what's his name, Rafa Benitez. But to be honest, he has basically only got a championship squad. He hasn't exactly got any top class talent. And I watched Match of Day the other day, and the OG that Burnley had to equalise, it was so funny. Like, it bounced off the bar again, and then it hit the Newcastle goalie's hand, and it bounced back in.
Wow.
It was so funny. It just shows how crap Newcastle are. They also had did you hear they had like a massive banner? That,
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, when they were like, "Oh, your club will get back to the way it was." They've never really been successful though. Exactly, they haven't won a proper trophy since like the '60s, and they bottled a 12-point lead to United like 20 years ago. So they've never really been successful. The other one is let's cut a few more. Everton 2-1 Leicester. I'm surprised about that. Maybe they were missing Mahrez, but I'm surprised because Everton have been crap recently and Leicester have been really good. Maybe it was just the lack of Mahrez.
What, that was just keeping them?
Yeah, maybe. I think Everton as well. Walcott who scored twice. And
yeah, but Mahrez hasn't really wanted to play, has he?
No, he wanted to leave. That's why, because it was a couple of days ago. It was deadline day. But yeah, with Walcott though, it's not like because he scored 2 goals we should have kept him. It's because he really needed a new manager because he was too comfortable and he just was not doing anything. It was just literally though, he was born offside at Arsenal. Like, this season, like, every game he played, he was just offside, like, probably an average of about 15 times in a half, honestly.
What, in a single half?
Probably.
Do you think that's a bit of an over-exaggeration?
It could be, but I don't know. That's what it seems like, if I'm going to be honest. But yeah, Leicester. I saw Match of the Day as well. Yeah, I watched Match of the Day. Yeah, and
I watch it sometimes. I didn't watch it this week.
Yeah, because it was on. I was really tired. I stayed up till like 25 past 12 to watch it, and I was actually really tired. But Leicester should have got back into it. Like they had more. More shots going off the bar and everything. So Everton nearly blew it. Oh, this is the good one. Ooh.
What's the good one?
Chelsea 0, Bournemouth 3.
Oh, that was hilarious. Can you bring up the tweet that you made after the match?
Yes, okay. If I can find that tweet, okay. It was so funny though, because the goals they conceded were so crap, and Chelsea just can't create anything at the moment. Like, Chelsea are a bit stupid, honestly. Like, they basically gave Batshuayi to Dortmund so we could complete our deal. And what we should have done, honestly, is we should have said, once they'd given Batshuayi away, and we had, sold Aubameyang, what we should have done is, we should have said, no, you ain't having Giroud, and just not let him go, and then Chelsea would only have one striker, and he's injured and crap anyway. Like, that'd just be funny. Honestly, yeah, this is what I put, okay, if I'll just try and find it. Chelsea, you are shit. Crying emoji, 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 crying emoji.
Think you put enough crying emojis there?
Yes, probably. I probably did. But it was funny though. It's just so funny. Chelsea are crap at the moment. They're going to drop out of top 4, honestly. Like, I reckon they'll be 5th.
What, and then Tottenham be 4th?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, and then Arsenal win the Europa League. No, then Arsenal win the Europa League in 6th.
Yeah.
Do Man United.
Yeah. At the end of the
That's
season.
What's gonna happen.
Yeah. At the end of the season, though, we'll win like 8 out of 8 games, and then we'll probably win.
Yeah,
we'll probably catch up with you. We'll probably catch up with you, and then you'll lose last day, and then we'll come 5th or whatever.
We're not going to lose again in the last few days of the season.
You might.
If you look at the last days of the season last year, 6-1 and 7-1, wrapping Kane up for the Golden Boot, 7 goals in how many days?
Yeah, in 3 or 4 days. But remember before, it's all well and good beating teams 6-1, but when it actually mattered, you bottled it.
What do you mean it actually matters?
Against West Ham, when you could have kept the title race alive, you could have put pressure on Chelsea, and you did not. It's happened again. It's happened again. Lol. Something to that. This season, I know you've already had something like that against West Ham, but this season in the league, you are going to bottle something. Whether that's coming to Arsenal or getting top 4, you will bottle something by the end of the season. It just has to happen, honestly.
It's not going to happen this season.
No, I'm telling you, it will. It will. But yeah, Chelsea, Bournemouth. This is the thing with Bournemouth as well. I like Bournemouth. And what they do is they usually have a crap first half of the season, and then they have a really good
amazing
second half of the
first
season.
half. No, second half, yeah.
The thing is, though, unlike Swansea, they actually play entertaining football as well. They actually play pretty well, and they can get some decent results. I know they beat us, but we were shit that day as well. Alright, next game. We've got 2 more games left, and then we can go into transfers. We've got a long way to go. We've still got a lot of stuff to cover. Stoke 0, Watford 0. I don't think there's really anything to say. Would anyone have exactly expected anything else?
No,
Stoke with that Paul Lambert guy, he's like defensive and all of that, and Watford as well with how they've been. Honestly, did anyone expect anything else? And Man City also won 3-0 against West Brom. Again, did anyone expect anything else?
No.
Like, let's be honest. At least they kept a clean sheet. They got their new their new defender got a clean sheet, so that's decent for them. All right, so now that is it for the Premier League games. Overall, how would you sum up the midweek games?
All right, depending on what team you support, really.
Yeah, exactly.
If you support Man United, then you probably want to find Jones' address and murder him with a trowel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, who wouldn't?
Murder him slowly with a trowel. That's what they probably want to do right now.
Yeah, although they would have lost anyway.
Yeah, but it would have been 1-0, not 2.
Yeah. All right.
Big
so
difference. I say big difference. 1 goal difference.
Let's go into transfers. We'll talk about the Arsenal transfers, then we'll talk about Spurs transfers, then we'll talk about all the other transfers, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So deadline day, it was the Circle of Life. We got Aubameyang. We got the Aubameyang from Dortmund. Giroud went to Chelsea, and Batshuayi went to Dortmund to replace Aubameyang, who was going to Arsenal. Yeah. That's a bit weird, honestly. That's a terrible triangle. At least we've got Aubameyang, but it's that is.
In the end, Chelsea, neither Tottenham or what's their name? Chelsea could agree on something for Llorente Batshuayi switch.
Oh my god! If Chelsea were actually going for Llorente and bloody
they were
Carroll, Barnes, Crouch, that just shows because Llorente can't score, honestly.
Llorente scored 2 goals this season so far.
Yeah,
then again, he's come on as a sub loads of times.
The thing is, though, you need a semi-decent backup to Kane, because whenever you don't have Kane, you always just fall apart.
Not always. We've not had Kane
most of the time.
What about the entirety of a lot of last season?
Yeah,
when he was injured for pretty much for a lot of the season.
Yeah, but honestly, honestly, are you as good without Kane? Honestly, you're not.
We're not as good, but we can still win matches.
Yes, you can. You can, but I don't know. Who was it you played against? Yeah, you played Crystal Palace, didn't you? Did you have Kane for that game when you went to the Crystal Palace game?
I think we had Kane in that match, yeah.
Yeah, it was Kim Jong-un. Sorry for the racism.
Yeah, why'd you have to be so racist? This is the wrong one to do it on.
Yeah, exactly. I apologise to all Koreans of the world. That I'm just used to calling him that, honestly. Low-key, or as SJWs would say, low-key racism. Hello. And yeah, so what were we even talking about again now?
I don't remember.
Circle of Life. Yeah. So we've got Aubameyang.
What? We were talking about Lion King.
Yeah, no. Aubameyang's gonna probably score as many goals as Lacazette has this season in about 2 games. He'll probably score 10 against you. Yeah, he'll probably score 7 against Tottenham, and and then he'll score the winner against Man City. But whatever. Yeah, he'll score a lot of goals. Next season he's gonna win the Golden Boot when Kane's gone off to Madrid. And when De Gea's gone to...
He's not leaving for Madrid next season. In 2 seasons, he might have a chance to win the Golden Boot, but not next season. Kane's still going to be in next season.
Mate. When we have a new manager and we've got a better defence, we're going to be
so in 2 seasons' time then. Because you're not getting a new manager this next season.
I hope you do, but honestly, I'm not sure if it's going to happen.
It's obviously not going to happen. Come on, be realistic.
Apparently, we want to get the German manager or whatever. Low or whatever. Josh and Low or I don't know. I want Ancelotti personally. We need someone who can just come in and just fix it because we're in crisis at the moment. Is that really?
What, fix matches?
No, not.
Yes, fix. Yeah, that's what's going to end up happening.
Not fix matches. It's just weird.
If you get Ancelotti, and he's just going to end up fixing matches, and then it's going to result in a huge fine for the club. which will make ticket prices go up drastically, so they can pay off the debt.
Our players are just crap, honestly. That's literally all that can be said. Our players are just crap.
Just rubbish.
There's just literally nothing else to say. Giroud's gone to Chelsea. I'm a bit sad about that. Because he was a good player.
He is a really good player, definitely.
But he's not a plan A, and honestly, he's not getting enough game time.
At this point, he's a plan C, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Aubameyang
comes in. Lacazette.
And Lacazette, yeah.
Honestly, though, it's a bit embarrassing, to be fair, that people... I'm sad that Giroud's going, but still, the way people are going on about it, this annoys me with Arsenal fans as well, because I can get annoyed at our own fan base as well. People for years called him a lamppost and said he was crap and he couldn't shoot to save his life, yeah, and now he's going... People are just trying to spin it.
Oh.
Yeah, people are just trying to spin it around and make it about the board again. When honestly, it's not just all about the board. And you know, they're just trying to say, oh, Giroud going is terrible business by the board. Well, no, honestly, he's been.
They're trying to make a boogeyman, aren't they? The board is really their boogeyman, the person that they blame for everything.
Yeah, it just shows though that our if we have to rely so much on a plan B, like nearly every game, especially away, that shows the plan A ain't good enough. And that comes down to the manager. So if we need to be relying on a plan B so much, then it's just ridiculous, honestly. And Batshuayi to Dortmund. Well, Batshuayi's shit, so I'm glad that Dortmund get a striker who can barely score. You know, he can only score tap-ins and lucky deflections, but that's fine. Okay, so Tottenham. Was Lucas your only signing?
I think so. Yeah.
What do you think about that?
He's a good player, definitely. He's got a lot of. I think he's gonna be a good other option for pace, you know. So don't have to just keep relying on Heung-min Son to run down the wings and cross in the ball. We can actually have someone else.
You have Neymar to thank for that, because otherwise he'd still be at PSG if it wasn't for Neymar.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, Neymar. If you're for some reason watching this.
Yeah, watching this.
Cheers.
Oh, this annoys me. Yeah, I've still
Cheers
got
to Lucas, mate.
I've still got the radio, which I was listening to. Well, I was gonna listen to. I've still got the app open, and all the good songs are playing. It's literally just ridiculous. Yeah? Why didn't you just do the podcast yesterday?
Because I couldn't.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I mean, I physically could not.
I accept that, because this is a very good song though, so you know, it's a bit annoying. If one of my favourite songs comes on there, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to temporarily pause the podcast and listen to it for 3 minutes, you know.
Don't worry, just don't put any ads on it. It won't be it won't be copyrighted.
Exactly, I'll just have to listen, and then you can listen to me singing along horrendously to some decent songs. Okay.
Can we really trust your judgment, though, considering you're an Arsenal fan?
I don't think you not trust my judgment because I'm an Arsenal fan. I think it's not really that. It's just to trust my judgment. I don't know. I think you can trust my judgment. You can trust me.
Okay, I will trust your judgment on music, but only music, not football, not any football-related activity.
What music do you like? I don't even know what music you bloody like.
I listen to pretty much any type of music, let's be honest.
Oh, I listen to electronic music.
The only music I refuse to listen to is modern rap.
Yes. Literally though, the top
modern rap is the worst.
To go off topic for a sec, this is something we got to talk about in Disconnected Future podcast. You know, but coming soon, by the way.
Yeah,
but
coming soon to a channel near you.
The top 2 songs in the country at the moment are awful. Like, you've got some song where he's going, he's saying like, Peng Ting from Brixton, whatever that means. Yeah, basically saying there's a Peng girl from Brixton. Yeah,
I think it means there's a nice looking girl who comes from the area known as Brixton.
Yeah, probably.
To put that into you know, proper language, proper English.
And then then there's Drake as well. He's got some song called God's Life or whatever. I don't know, and it's literally like it's more mumble rap and more rappers who can't sing and use auto-tune and still get massive audiences. Yeah, I agree with you. That's the only stuff I literally friggin' hate listening to.
There's this quote unquote rapper called Post Malone. He's not even a rapper.
Oh,
He just
Post
sings.
Malone. Yeah.
I like some of his music, but he shouldn't call himself a rapper.
No, he's not a rapper.
He's not a rapper. He calls himself a rapper, but he just isn't.
Yeah.
He sings, doesn't even rap.
Exactly. I actually kind of liked Rockstar. I don't really like any of his other stuff, but
yeah, Rockstar's like one of his only really good songs.
Well, I already knew Post Malone before because of H3H3.
I only knew him because of people like Keemstar, to be honest. Keemstar is the best YouTuber, just saying. Subscribe to Keemstar.
Yeah, exactly. Hashtag Drama That Nation. But yeah, H3H3, I know. Yeah, I remember Post Malone, honestly. But yeah, the reason I liked Rockstar was like that bit in the middle. Oh, come on, why are all the good songs on now? God! Oh, sorry, I've got to listen to the songs. Sorry.
Okay, what song is it? What song is it?
It's Lady by Mojo.
I've never heard of that song.
I bet you probably have if you actually listened to it.
I probably heard it before on the radio or something, but I just never know. I never know the names of songs. I've heard of them, but I never know the name of them.
This might be a bit loud, okay? This might be a bit loud. Oh yeah, baby.
6 beats.
By the way, I'm dabbing.
Sick tune, my dude.
Okay. I've listened to enough of it. I'll listen to it later on iTunes or whatever. Listen to it on iTunes later. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So after that, I think we should probably get back to the football.
I think after that bit we should really get back to
yeah, I think so.
The topic at hand.
So. I probably agree with that. Okay. So Chelsea as well. The only other ones I'm actually really going to talk about is Chelsea had an interesting transfer window as well. They bought Barkley, who Conte's actually come out and said he didn't really want him and he didn't suit him. Remember after the game when we beat Chelsea, he was like, "What option?" When Willian had to come off, he was like, "What option do you have? What chance do you have if you've only got Ross Barkley on the bench?" That was a roast, man. He obviously doesn't do the signings. They also got some other guy called Palmieri or whatever from Roma, and they've also got Giroud. So that's not bad. That's not a bad transfer window for them.
Do you reckon Giroud is perfect for them, or
as a plan B, he'll be decent as well, I think.
What do you mean plan B? Plan A for them, really?
Yeah, plan B if they can't score, which they can't at the moment. Honestly, though, if he wanted to go there to play Champions League, he's only going to play 2 games of Champions League max anyway, because they're getting smashed by Barcelona. Barcelona are absolutely going to destroy them. Unless they park the bus, Barcelona will destroy.
But did you forget it's not the Mourinho era anymore? They don't park the bus.
No, exactly.
Unless it's at Wembley in the first game of the season.
Yeah.
That's the only time I think they park the bus.
If Conte goes out to
Barcelona,
I reckon he'll get sacked.
But you can expect that though, because it's Barcelona. What are you meant to do against a team with that
But if they get
quality?
I don't know, it depends though, because they're not going to win anything, and Conte hasn't been great this season. The thing is though, it's ridiculous though with Chelsea, because they win the league. They literally win the league one season, nearly win the double. Yeah. Which we stopped them from doing, by the way. Yeah.
Good job. You won a medal for that.
Yeah, we knew. Yeah, you're just mad because that means you didn't have the chance to go and play the Community Shield, you know. But yeah, they nearly won the double, and now they already want him out, and it's not even his fault either. It's just their board. But they can't criticise their board either, because their board has literally given them absolutely everything. Do you think they'd have 5 Premier Leagues without that board? Do you think they'd have a Champions League without the board? Do you think they had whatever they got a double without?
Don't forget Russian money.
Yeah, exactly, oil money. You know, yeah. Do you think any of that would have happened without Abramovich?
Easily,
no,
definitely not.
No, it definitely would not have. Okay. So
what's next?
Transfers? Yeah, so we've got who's the last one? There was a couple of other ones as well. RU went to Swansea. I'm not really sure
yeah.
who cares about that. Yeah, there wasn't really too much. There was a couple of things. Oh, and also West Ham decided to sign a Championship striker, which shows how well their owners are doing and how well they are running a football business. Or football club. I don't really mind West Ham that much. I know Spurs and West Ham hate each other, but Arsenal and West Ham are pretty chill, to be honest. We're pretty chill. Not really that bothered about them. And the last thing I wanted to talk about before we go on to the FA Cup games again, which I've basically forgotten all about.
Which you can't even say anything about because you're not even in them.
Yes. Okay.
Went out to Nottingham Forest.
Mahrez as well. He wanted to go to Man City last day of the season. Leicester wanted 90 million. Man City wouldn't spend that much. And honestly, Mahrez is just
that's not like Man City, is it? To not want to not spend money.
Yeah, exactly. They what was it as well? He hasn't been to training for like the last 3 days or whatever. He's gone missing, and he's going to be in the squad tomorrow. So that has happened like 3 times in a row or something with Mahrez now. The exact same thing happened in the transfer window. I think
in summer.
In the summer as well. We met missing on the last day. That's Mahrez, obviously. Okay.
That's Mahrez for you.
Yep, exactly. Do you know what? That's just about it. I've only just seen this tweet which you've just sent me, which is look.
That's what I was talking about to you this morning.
Let's have a look about that. Okay, there's now a K. That is awful.
I know, right? I told you this morning, soon we're going to be able to count the alphabet, or learn the alphabet. Children will be learning the alphabet soon.
LGBTQ QICAPF 2K+. Okay. My phone's running out, so I'm gonna be quick.
2K plus sounds like what the original name for 4K was.
Yeah, exactly. It's so silly.
But then that sounds so stupid. They decided to scrap it at the last minute and set it for 4K.
Okay, so let's go into the FA Cup fixtures. We're not going to go over all of them. I only want to go over the big ones because I can't be bothered, frankly. Man United won 4-0 against Yeovil. I always say that.
Yeah. We somehow drew 1-1. I have no idea how that happened.
Right, we'll talk about that in a sec, okay? But first, Man United, I'm not going to say
always getting the easy draws. Always getting the easy draws.
Exactly, and they said, Sanchez got 2 assists. How the hell did Sanchez get a second assist if firstly it had to bounce off all the defenders for Rashford to pick up and score? How is that an assist?
Honest, I did not.
I know you might not have watched it, but
I didn't even watch the match. I can't be bothered to watch that rubbish.
Man United fans are so arrogant as well. They're literally just like
not anymore.
It's just like Sanchez got 2 assists because it led up to the goal. That means it's an assist, according to us. Glory Hunters. No, that's just Man United fans, honestly.
No, if that was a Sanchez assist, then what about Kane's pretty much cross-field pass when Dele Alli?
Yeah, exactly.
Was that an assist or not? So it wasn't an assist.
Yeah, with that logic, it should have been an assist, or it should have been a Dele Alli assist. So it didn't bounce off Dele Alli. If Dele Alli missed it, then it
should have been the goalkeeper's assist. Speaking of assists, does Trippier get the assist because he was the one who done the cross to which caused the?
Man United
I think he should still get the assist because that was a lovely cross.
Yeah. Do you know what though? Right, next one, Wigan. Right,
Wigan beat who was it?
West Ham. If I had the song, I would definitely play Will Griggs on Fire.
Will Griggs on fire. Your defense is terrified. Will Griggs on fire. I hope we don't get copyrighted.
Yeah. But you know what though? Wigan, just again, West Ham are just crap with their B team as well. Like, Joe Hart is terrible. He's lost it completely.
Joe Hart used to be amazing. Now he's just rubbish.
Exactly, he's terrible. If he is still the England first choice goalie by the time that the World Cup comes in, we have absolutely no chance of getting past the knockout stages. He's that crap.
We might get past the group stages because we always get past the group stages.
Realistically, we will because what's it?
We always get past the group stages.
Yeah, have we got again?
I don't even know. They're so bad. I don't even know what the teams
we
are.
got Belgium. That's the only hard one, and then it's like.
Oh, looks like Kane and Alderweireld and Vertonghen would all be playing each other.
Yes, that's true.
In the World Cup.
Yeah, that's true.
I swear the majority of the England team is starting to look more and more like the Tottenham team.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how is Dyer good enough? I'm just saying, Dyer's not that great.
Dyer's decent. He's not amazing, but considering everyone else in the England squad, I think he can easily get into the squad.
I don't know. I honestly think that we should be having we should have probably play like
words. You should have words with the Arsenal board.
I think we should have probably Ali and Kane.
Ali and Eriksen.
No,
yeah.
not Eriksen.
Eriksen's
I mean Kane.
Eriksen's from England, isn't he?
I mean Kane. I was just remembering the goal, okay?
Just remembering 11 seconds, which you sent me a DM about, which I saw at half time. Because I'm not looking at my phone midway through a match.
Exactly. But I was at home, so I could do it.
I wasn't.
Yeah, I know.
I couldn't even have watched it at home if I was at home because I don't have BT.
Wow. Okay. That sucks, honestly. You don't even have BT.
No, we have Sky, not BT.
You should just get like we've got something called an Uber box, and it's basically where you can just watch all load of live streams from America and Canada and all of that. And you can just watch everything.
What? So you can just watch like all the illegal stuff, pretty much.
Basically, yeah.
All illegal.
All illegal, creepy shit, you know. So yes, I forgot we were talking about again. Honestly, we were talking about England. Yeah, we were talking about England with Dyer, whatever. Yeah, you got you probably have Kane, Dele Alli, Wilshire's definitely in that team, without a doubt. No one can deny that he's the most creative.
Yeah, Wilshere is good.
He's probably the most creative player England have. Maybe not the best midfielder, but most
he's
creative
not the best player, but definitely one of the most creative.
He's most creative in my opinion.
Even I've got to admit that.
Who would you have at the back in England though? Because we don't have very good defenders.
That's why I'm saying that's how Dyer gets into the squad. Dyer isn't exactly the greatest now, is he?
No, but we really don't have that many great defenders. Like our best is like
Trippier at right back.
Yeah, probably. Danny Rose maybe. To be honest, it is looking a lot like the Spurs team.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
The last podcast was 52 minutes long.
Yes, okay.
And this is already
52 minutes. We're not even anywhere near finished. Okay. Just saying, another great song's come on. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to put it on.
Sick music.
I would sing, but the problem is my voice is terrible. I won't have a more horrible voice.
Sick music, my dude.
Don't you worry, child. She has got a plan for you. Don't you worry now.
Yeah, literally though, this entire time I've literally just missed all of the good stuff because I've been doing this podcast. Again,
you can make money.
Oh well, the same shows on Club Classics is on again tomorrow, but they'll probably won't play a lot of the same songs. Yeah,
you still be playing good songs.
Oh well, they still haven't played. They've played all the good, basically most of the good songs now. They played. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Back to it. I probably wouldn't have cut it out by the end. I probably forgot about it. Yes. So we've been. This is what's the other? My phone is like 3%.
My phone, I don't even know where it is.
Okay. Well, that will be honest with you. Nice to lose your phone.
No, I know the general area. I just don't know exactly where it is.
Southampton won 1-0 against Watford. That's not.
It's not particularly interesting game either.
No, Watford aren't great, are they?
No, Watford are terrible.
They're not great. Notts County drew 1-1 with Swansea, but to be fair, Swansea were away. So.
And Swansea are rubbish in the first place, so.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't even play their best team either. Like, they didn't play their best goalkeeper. Actually, they did play their best team. Their goalkeeper. That was literally it.
I mean, you wouldn't really. I mean, you would expect Swansea to have to play their best team. Do they have a bad? I mean, I say, do they have a bad team? Do they have a good team in the first place to play?
No, not Premier League standard exactly. The other one was Hull 2, Nottingham Forest 1. Nottingham Forest were away though, so it wasn't like at home. It's not saying Hull were better than us or anything, but Huddersfield
Hull are better than you because they beat Nottingham Forest and Nottingham Forest beat you.
No. Huddersfield drew 1-1 with Birmingham. Birmingham are absolutely horrific at the moment, and they couldn't even beat Birmingham. That just shows where Huddersfield are at the moment. This is my favourite result. It's my second favourite result of the night. Newport County 1.
Yeah, I know.
1.
I have no idea how that happened. Okay, don't ask me.
You were lucky. It was lucky. They probably should have won, to be honest. But Hurricane team had to save the Hurricane team again. So, but to be honest though, they literally just left an open goal. You'd expect that from like League 2 or League 1, whatever they are now.
To be honest, I'm pretty sure our minds were more on the game that we had like 4 days later against Man United.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't even matter that much. The thing is though, the only problem is with you is now you've got a game on a Wednesday, then you've got to play us, and then you've got to play in the Champions League, I think.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, that's a lot of fixtures. That's like 5 weeks in a row. Not 5 weeks. That's like 3 or 4 weeks. That's like 3 or 4 weeks in a row where you've had to play midweek. No, yeah, 3 weeks in a row. I think.
I guarantee you, we're not going to play. We might bring Lucas out for his debut against just start him, but then I'd take him off at some point.
Yeah, maybe. We might just leave him on the bench still.
Yeah, really, we might play Lucas on Wednesday, and that might be like our only like first team quality player, just because they're all resting up to play Arsenal.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's not like you're going to play your best team at all. Alright, here's the best result of the night. Liverpool 2, West Brom 3.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you saw highlights of that, or even read about it on Twitter, you would have known that it was VAR or the thing. So they awarded a penalty through VAR.
And didn't it get saved or something?
Yeah, no, it hit the bar, I think. This is the thing, though. Firmino scores after 5 minutes. West Brom score in 2 minutes. That just shows how £75 million isn't working too well for them at the moment. They concede 2 all of a sudden. Then they miss a penalty to get it 2-2 that was given by VAR.
Yeah.
Then West Brom had an offside goal that basically just proved as well, even if it was offside or not, it proved that Mignolet is by far the worst goalkeeper in the Premier League.
I mean, who was even in goal for the Tottenham game?
Vorm.
No, Tottenham. No, when Tottenham played Liverpool, was that Mignolet as well?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, so I mean, Liverpool by far have the worst defence.
Yeah, our defence isn't as bad as Liverpool's, honestly, at times.
If Lovren can let Kane run, if Kane is faster than one of your defenders, you know that you're terrible. You're a terrible.
Right, not just faster than one of your defenders, faster than all of your defenders.
Able to easily outrun and then cross the ball into Son for Son to get an easy goal.
Yeah, exactly. It just shows their defence is horrible. And I think
again,
it's just
another match I went to.
Klopp just doesn't play it the right way. Honestly. Yeah, go on.
Again, that was another match that I went to.
Yes, I remember. I remember watching that game as well on TV.
I remember watching it as well because I was in the stadium.
Yes, I know.
And I'm going to a Champions League match as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Juventus, that's the only other one you're going to be going to this season, don't worry.
It might actually be the only other one I go to because the tickets are really expensive for Champions League fixtures.
No, there won't be tickets for anyone.
There will be. Because we're going to get through. We're going to get past Juventus, come on.
No, you're not. even with Buffon. Do you know that Szczesny has kept, since going to Juventus and Buffon getting injured, has kept 10 clean sheets? And we sold him, and we thought Czech and bloody Ospina were better. And he was the last person to save a penalty for us. We haven't saved a penalty since August 2013. Yeah, but Liverpool though, just honestly, they scored another goal, Salah again. But that's out of another cup.
Yeah, you're not calling Liverpool the Mo Salah team when Mo Salah's one the only one scoring all their goals.
To be fair, they got Firmino and Mane as well. But the thing is, though, they've just kind of collapsed a little bit since they had
since they lost Coutinho.
Yeah, exactly.
No. It must be impossible being a Liverpool fan. One week you beat Man City, next week you're losing to Swansea and West Brom.
Yeah, exactly.
Two teams fighting to stay out of the relegation zone when you're fighting to stay in the top 4.
It really shows Liverpool. They're not going to win. That's another trophy they ain't going to win.
What, FA Cup?
Yeah, they can't win a trophy. They're not going to win another trophy this year. Klopp is just Klopp the flop. Like, what has he done? He's brought in football. The whole point.
What do you mean brought in football? The whole point of Liverpool is football.
Okay, yes. He's brought in a different type of football. But he hasn't sorted out their main problem, which is the defence. They still got 2 crap goalies. Can't say anything. Karius, I think, is a little bit better than Mignolet. Mignolet is by far the worst goalkeeper in the league, though. There is absolutely no doubt. He is the worst goalkeeper in the league. Fabianski is better than him.
Who is Fabianski? Oh yeah, that's
Swansea goalkeeper.
That's Swansea's keeper.
Bloody
Swansea, sorry, excuse for a keeper.
Yeah, exactly. Fraser Forster, like just all these like average goalkeepers are better than Mignolet. Mignolet is an awful goalkeeper. He is a terrible goalkeeper.
Alright, so is that all the FA Cup fixtures?
No, there is also Chelsea 3-0 against Newcastle. Newcastle is just shit, honestly.
Yeah, that's Newcastle, so
we
you can really
talked about
expect
that earlier. If Batshuayi's scoring 2 goals against you, then you know you're in trouble.
Yeah, if Batshuayi can score a goal against you.
2 goals.
2? He scored 2?
Yeah, 2. Man City won 2-0. It was actually a decent effort from Cardiff in the second half as well. They got one of their players sent off at the end. He should have got sent off in the first half because Sane's injured for, I think, a month, and it was a really bad tackle. Hello.
Well, I mean, that was a bit stupid, wasn't it? To do that bad a tackle?
Yeah, it was dumb, honestly. And Raheem Sterling, he scored a header. When did you see that happening?
Never.
He's a midget. He's a Jamaican midget. Oh, is that racist now because I called him Jamaican?
Yes, that is very racist. You should save that for the second podcast.
and I used midget in the same sentence. Honestly.
Yeah. There was only one way it could have been worse, and I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I think you know.
Alright. Now,
Let's not get sidetracked. Let's leave all this for the other podcast.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. This podcast has been a bit like
light-hearted.
Yeah, light-hearted, a bit not really organised though. It's just been talking about whatever comes up. We were talking about like Spurs drawing or whatever. No, not even Spurs drawing. Yeah, Spurs drawing 1-1 to Newport, and then there are 10 games obviously going on. We'll just quickly run down the scores. We don't need to talk about why, and then we'll just finish off and say, worst manager of the week or whatever. What we're doing. Okay, so
awards section.
Yeah, awards like the raspberries or whatever it's called. Yeah. If it actually loads. Right, Burnley Man City. What do you predict the score will be?
0-0.
3-0 Man City, I reckon.
Oh wait, I thought you said something else.
No, Burnley Man City.
Oh yeah, Man City easily at 4-0. 4-0.
Bournemouth Stoke 2-0 to Bournemouth.
Yeah, Bournemouth. I mean, coming off the back of that win against Chelsea as well.
Brighton West Ham, I'd say 1-1.
I reckon West Ham might edge that one.
Okay. What'd you say? 2-1.
2-1, yeah. 2-1 with like Carroll or someone scoring after being subbed on.
Yeah.
The 90th minute from a header.
Leicester Swansea.
Easy 2-0.
Yeah, I'd agree
Leicester.
with that.
Easy 2-0 Leicester.
Man United Huddersfield 3-0, I'd say.
Man United, Huddersfield. I mean, Huddersfield did get 1-0 from United last time, but you know,
Yeah,
Old
but
Trafford.
it was at home and they were awful.
2-0. 2-0 United.
Okay. West Brom, Southampton. 1-1, I'd say. It's all over it, I'd say. That. What do you reckon?
What's that match again?
Oh, another great. Oh, don't worry, I'm not cutting it. It's okay. This is ridiculous now. All the good songs coming up. Anyway, yeah. West Brom, Southampton.
West Brom.
I'd say 1-1.
Southampton. I reckon Southampton 1-0.
Really?
Yeah.
Away as well.
A 1-0 Southampton win.
Alright.
West Brom haven't been looking very strong this season. At all.
I agree, but they've got an okay. They've started winning a bit again, but I don't think they will because they bought it against all the small teams as well.
They're not as good on paper as Southampton, and we're going by it on paper, aren't we?
Yeah, Arsenal, Everton. I'd say 4-0.
Nah, it's going to be
4-1 because we'll concede one goal.
2-2, and then
we'll probably score.
Walcott with a brace. Aubameyang with a brace, and then also Walcott getting one as well. Just because.
With the assist.
Mkhitaryan with both assists, yeah. That's what's going to happen.
No, we're brilliant at home. I don't think it will happen, honestly.
No, but I reckon Walcott might actually.
I reckon he'll probably score. I reckon he'll probably score, but you know.
You know, but just scoring the wrong net.
Yeah.
Score an own goal.
Alright, now get on to the Sunday fixtures. Crystal Palace, Newcastle.
Crystal Palace. I reckon Crystal Palace are going to get that one.
Newcastle
are terrible.
I'll say Crystal Palace 3-1.
I don't know the exact score. I reckon it might be just a 1-0 to Crystal Palace.
Right, big one. Liverpool Spurs.
That's got to be an easier. I mean, we're terrible at Anfield, but I reckon if we can do what we did at Wembley, we can beat them.
If you do, but the problem is they're really good against the big teams at home because big teams they attack. I think people have worked this out, but the big teams they're stupid. They attack against They attack too much against Liverpool. They leave it too open. And that's how you lose. I'm gonna say 2-0 Liverpool.
No, I reckon if anything, it's going to be a 1-1 match. Kane getting his 100th Premier League goal, and then probably Salah scoring for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Liverpool.
And the last one before we are just about going to wrap it up: Watford versus Chelsea. I'm going to say this right now.
Watford win. You heard it first.
2-1.
No,
Watford.
Watford 2-0. You heard it here first.
Chelsea are awful at the moment. They're going to have to play Giroud, but they are awful at the moment. They should have lost again. How they won 4-2 against them at home earlier in the season absolutely bewilders me. Because Watford missed about 4 or 5 open goals. Their defending was awful.
At the start of the season. Chelsea were pretty decent, to be honest, at the start of the season.
Yeah, not at the moment.
Yeah, it's like Arsenal. They start well, and then they just turn to rubbish.
That is the Premier League preview. So, rounding up the show, we've been recording for about an hour and 10 minutes now. Okay, let's get your opinion on this. Okay.
Yeah. Worst manager.
Alright, we'll do a couple of things first. Alright, what was the best match of the week?
Best match has to be the Tottenham United. No, it's really hard actually. Tottenham United was a really entertaining match to watch.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I'll say that's the best match.
I reckon that is the best match. You know, obviously they scored goal of the season happened in that match as well.
No, it wasn't the goal of the season. It was good, but it wasn't goal of the season.
Phil Jones' goal was goal of the season.
Oh yeah, his goal. Yeah, definitely.
You don't get the jokes, do you?
No. Okay. Worst match, I would say, has got to go Watford Stoke. You could say our match was awful as well, but at least it was entertaining.
It was entertaining. Worst match isn't based on performances, just based on how entertaining the match was.
0-0.
It was just a terrible. It was a typical Jose boardroom. Jose wasn't even involved in the match.
Yeah, right. Dickhead of the week.
Sanchez.
Yeah, I'm gonna say manager-wise, Mourinho, player-wise, Sanchez. Because Sanchez is a
just overall Sanchez. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Come on.
even the Tottenham fans would agree that he's money grubbing.
Although it was really funny, it was really entertaining on Wednesday. Just every time you saw
just laughing at
a
him
player,
and moaning.
no, every time you saw a player in the number 7 shirt with the ball, on who was wearing red, you just booed him. No matter
exactly.
what.
And manager-wise, I'd say Mourinho because of
Easily
what he did,
Mourinho.
because of what he did, going off 43 minutes. I think that's just arrogance complete. That's just him in a nutshell.
Arrogant. They were down 2-0. That's not arrogant. That's just embarrassing.
Stupidity going in that early. Oh no! And also, funniest moment of the week as well. Fellaini's heat map against Tottenham.
To be fair, it has come out that it was due to an injury, so ligament damage with his knee.
It was funny. It was funny at the time.
It was funny.
Yeah.
It was still funny. You just saw him coming out of the tunnel, warming up, and then you just saw him leaving the tunnel, going back down the tunnel.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight into the changing room.
Okay, so that is the end of the podcast. It was a bit unorganised.
It
was a bit unorganised again. You may hear me shouting about listening to songs. Yes.
Good music.
Yes,
good music versus bad music.
I've missed all of the good songs that we're playing now, and now there's literally, apart from like one song, or one or two songs, there's literally no good songs that are going to be played now for like the next hour and 20 minutes.
Rip.
But anyway, this podcast is now available on SoundCloud, so if you've been listening on SoundCloud, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back. When should we do the next episode? Next week I can only do Monday or Friday.
What day?
I've got loads of other stuff. Yeah, we'll do it Monday. It won't be the longest video ever, but it will be the Arsenal Spurs preview, and also FA Cup replay previews as well. So
how many is there really? Is there like 1 or 2 FA Cup replays?
I think there's about 3 or 4.
Because I know Tottenham have to play a replay.
Yes, Huddersfield and Birmingham. Notts County, Swansea, and I think there's like one other, but I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, Millwall, Rochdale, I think.
Yeah, Millwall, Rochdale, because we could get Millwall or Rochdale.
Yes.
If we win.
You against Millwall again.
I hope we get Millwall because it's at the Den. I really want to go to that match.
It is literally just the worst fans in the league versus the worst fans in the league.
What do you mean? How are we the worst fans in the league? Have you seen Newcastle? Have you seen West Ham and Newcastle fans?
No. Alright, okay. So worst fans in the league are the most hooligan fans in the league are Millwall, and versus the worst fans in the league, Tottenham. So
why are they the worst fans? Because you're an Arsenal fan.
No, because everybody hates Tottenham.
Well, I mean, if they've got fans, people obviously don't, do they?
Yeah.
Everyone doesn't hate him if they have fans, such as myself.
Whatever.
Supporting the greatest team in North London. The only team that deserves to be in North London, definitely. Namesake and otherwise. Okay, we gotta end it now before it gets too out of hand. We're the only team that deserves to be in North London. It should be in North London.
Thanks very much for watching, guys. Peace the head out. Hope you enjoyed the podcast, and we will be back on Monday
soon.